I'm Dean Skirka, the CEO and president of WonderFi, and excited to provide everybody with an update on some of our Q1 results and more generally where the company has been focused over the last few quarters and how we position the company moving forward in this exciting digital asset industry that we're in. In terms of how we got here, I thought it would be important just to provide an overall summary of how WonderFi has grown through consolidation dating back to Q1 of 2022. The acquisition of BitBuy led an acquisition spree of regulated cryptocurrency trading platforms that has allowed WonderFi to grow its overall crypto ecosystem to 1.6 million plus Canadians that today hold over $1.5 billion of client assets on our platforms. This has allowed WonderFi to become the leader in Canada in the digital asset ecosystem. And as you can see, the company has been very busy acquiring regulated crypto trading platforms dating back to 2022. Over the course of 2023, we were primarily focused on integrating these businesses, streamlining operations across all of our platforms, and expanding our presence in payments through the SmartPay acquisition in Q3 2023. Through these efforts, as you can see here, WonderFi has been able to focus on revenue growth and more recently profitability through economies of scale and an improving market for digital assets. In Q1, we recorded net revenues in the range of $18 to $18.75 million, which would have represented a 42% increase compared to Q4 23 at the midpoint. As you can see, WonderFi has been able to grow revenues consistently from Q2 of 2023 with $3 million of overall revenue to $10 million in Q3 2023, largely driven through the acquisitions of CoinSquare and CoinSmart, and through Q4 of last year and Q1 of this year, really demonstrating our abilities to grow when markets really start to improve with respect to the overall digital asset industry. More importantly, or as important rather, we have also focused on operational efficiency. This has allowed us to post positive EBITDA and net income results on a consolidated basis over the last 2 quarters. WonderFi is very proud of these accomplishments and believe that it reflects on the overall job that the team has done to integrate 5 crypto trading platforms into 2, BitBuy and CoinSquare today, and to really focus on operational efficiencies and demonstrating the economies of scale that we now have through our 1.6 million accounts and our incremental trading volumes through these consolidated efforts as well. In terms of trading volumes, obviously, the primary driver for revenues for WonderFi, it's no coincidence that they've grown meaningfully as well over the same period of time. WonderFi is diversified from a trading perspective in the sense that it offers both retail and institutional trading solutions, and both segments have shown meaningful growth over the last 4 quarters. Impressively, in Q1 of this year, we recorded over $1 billion of trading volume, a meaningful milestone for the company, certainly when you consider that in 2023, total trading volumes were about $2.5 billion. WonderFi is firmly established as Canada's go-to destination, and whether you're using BitBuy or CoinSquare, whether you're trading with us through retail interface or through our institutional offering, WonderFi is positioned to capture the net new participants that enter the ecosystem, and through our 1.6 million users, capture those users that are currently trading with us and that have traded with us over the past 10 years in some capacity as the market continues to evolve and bring people back in this new cycle. In terms of token distribution, it's no surprise that Bitcoin would be our biggest traded pair at about 49%. Ethereum comes in close behind it at 18%. And WonderFi, through its trading platforms, is focused on listing tokens that have real demand. We have identified a long list of tokens that we will continue to roll out in the quarters ahead, but really focusing on bringing projects and tokens to market in Canada first has allowed us to find success. In the last few quarters, we have been really focused on bringing in new tokens that have traction in the market today, and that has been one of the drivers that has allowed us to grow trading volumes meaningfully quarter over quarter dating back to last year. In terms of staking, we're very excited by the traction that our staking product has gotten thus far. Staking is an example of the additional products and services that we are able to offer Canadians within our regulated ecosystem. We work closely with regulators to bring staking to BitBuy at the tail end of 2022. And following the acquisition of CoinSquare, we're really focused on bringing this product onto their platform as well. As you can see, staking has grown meaningfully from Q2 of last year at about $17 million of value staked to almost $100 million of value staked at the end of Q1 2024. Staking provides an additional and predictable revenue stream to WonderFi that allows us to also monetize our client asset base, and we expect that this product and service will continue to grow in its popularity and will continue to drive assets onto the platform. Looking forward, WonderFi will look to continue to be the leader in terms of the tokens supported for staking in Canada. Currently, we have 8 tokens supported and a roadmap to continue adding tokens to the staking offering in Q2 and beyond. In terms of how these acquisitions and the increased revenues and profitabilities have impacted and strengthened the company's position, we think it couldn't be more evidenced than in our cash and digital asset balances in terms of the way they've been able to grow over the last 3 quarters. When you think about the increase from about 7 million in the end of Q2 to 33 million at the end of Q3, that increase is largely driven by the acquisitions completed at the end of Q3, the beginning of Q3, where we acquired CoinSquare and CoinSmart. As you continue to see the growth into Q4 and Q1, you're really starting to see the value of WonderFi finding its abilities to generate profit and real cash flow on a quarterly basis. This has positioned the company incredibly well compared to its peers and remains one of our competitive advantages moving forward to be in a position to really invest in growth. In addition to the profitability over the last 2 quarters, we have also announced that certain of our investments have generated 61,000 Solana and 159,000 Polkadot, which have increased our treasury by approximately $10 million. And so between the $10 million increase and the profits that we were able to generate in Q1, you're seeing a meaningful increase in between the Q4 and Q1, going from 37 million to 53 million. As I mentioned, this will allow WonderFi to continue to invest in growth and building out its product suite. Domestically, we are focused on bringing back the 1.6 million accounts that we have signed up over the lifetime of our collective platforms, and really going out and being aggressive in terms of marketing and acquiring net new clients into our ecosystem. We feel like we have one of Canada's strongest offerings in terms of the product capabilities and the products and offerings between trading and staking, and really finding a way to incentivize people to our platforms will increase growth through trading volumes and revenues in the year ahead. Additionally, we are going to leverage our strong balance sheet to expand WonderFi into new markets. We have announced our intentions to expand into Australia in the second quarter of this year through the acquisition that we announced a month ago. That acquisition was an entity that has the requisite licenses that will allow WonderFi to be operational in Australia in the second quarter. Australia has one of the highest rates of cryptocurrency adoptions globally, standing at 23%. When you think about Australia and its high adoption rates and its clear regulatory regime, it really sets the framework for WonderFi to enter that market with confidence and to find success. A lot of the experience that WonderFi has developed over the years is around user acquisition, regulated products, and driving trading volumes and user assets onto our platforms. We think Australia is a really good starting point for our broader international expansion, and we will continue to explore international opportunities in jurisdictions with high rates of cryptocurrency adoption and clear regulatory frameworks. We believe our strong balance sheet and proven track record in the Canadian market will allow us to be successful in new markets. We're very excited by the prospect of Australia, and we continue to evaluate other markets globally for us to enter into next. In terms of the broader crypto market outlook, we just wanted to really provide context on some of the excitement that's generated, this far through Q1, and then some of the catalysts that will keep crypto in the front and center moving forward the rest of this year. Obviously, a big driver thus far has been the Bitcoin ETFs. You think about the improvement in the overall sentiment for the industry, overall prices and activity in the industry. A lot of this kicked off in Q4 of last year with the expectation that these ETFs would be launched in January. These ETFs were launched with incredible success. In many respects, the inflows that were generated in Q1 surpassed those that many analysts expected throughout the entirety of 2024. The success of these products really has added meaningful credibility to the ecosystem, expanded the market opportunity to a much more broad and diverse set of investors than previously existed. And when you think about 12 billion of net inflows in Q1, as we can see, that type of volume has a real impact on price. And so whereas Bitcoin went from about 25,000 to 40,000 in Q4 on the back of the expectations of these ETFs, it has obviously surpassed 70,000, and a lot of that has been driven through the inflows created through these ETF products. These ETFs have really helped open the doors and reshape the narrative around crypto. It's added credibility. You're talking about a more mature institutional market that WonderFi really fits well within, given our regulatory positioning with the marketplaces that we operate. In terms of looking forward to the rest of this year, we see many catalysts ahead that are really going to keep moving this industry forward. April of this year, there is a Bitcoin halving event. Historically, Bitcoin has responded incredibly well to halving events in terms of price appreciation, awareness, and overall interest in the asset class. There is also a growing belief that Ethereum ETFs will be launched in market this year as well. We would expect the Ethereum ETF to have a similar impact to the success that the Bitcoin ETF has had on the pricing and overall interest in Bitcoin. And furthermore, when you think about the success of these ETF products, we would certainly expect more products, structured products, and more investment in the overall ecosystem from the likes of BlackRock, Fidelity, and Franklin Templeton. And so the ETFs have created a very strong catalyst. The success of them will likely lead to an Ethereum ETF, further products, and on top of that, we have a Bitcoin halving event this month that will lead to a further catalyst, awareness, and relative interest in the asset class moving forward. As we can see, the global crypto market cap is already nearing all-time highs. Many expected this to happen, 6 to 9 months after the halving, or 6 to 12 months after the launch of the Bitcoin ETFs. To be here now, I think has caught many people by surprise, but it is a signal of the relative interest and excitement in this industry. And moving forward, we expect that to reflect incredibly well on the overall industry and more specifically WonderFi. WonderFi has clearly demonstrated an ability to generate increased revenues, generate profitability, and increase trading volumes and user activities in these types of market conditions. And so we've responded incredibly well as a business to the start of this cycle, and we strongly expect that moving forward, our businesses will continue to grow and expand. And beyond that, we are very much focused on growing our presence into new markets and continuing to roll out additional products and services that fit within our regulated ecosystems that our clients are looking for. In terms of a few key highlights, just to to end things off, at WonderFi, we look to provide investors with diversified exposure across the digital asset ecosystem. Key highlights include 1.6 million users across all of our brands, which creates Canada's largest ecosystem in the digital asset industry. We have over 1.5 billion in our assets under custody, reflecting the trust that our clients have in us and the level of activity that is being generated on our platforms. We are a proven industry consolidator, having consolidated 5 of the 11 regulated crypto trading platforms in the Canadian market. We have diversified our revenue streams meaningfully from retail trading, institutional trading, staking, crypto payments, and so on. Our balance sheet has been solidified over the last 2 quarters with $53 million in cash and digital assets with no debt. We just posted record Q1 revenues or quarterly revenues between 18 and 18.75 million. We have a clear and defined international growth strategy that is underway, that is beginning in Australia in this quarter. And we have posted 2 sequential quarters of positive EBITDA and net income, which we believe is incredibly important and reflective of the emphasis on operational efficiency and building out the economies of scale through these acquisitions that the team is focused on. Really positioning the company to generate cash flow will allow us to continue to grow our businesses domestically and invest in growth outside of Canada. We're really excited by what we have put together at WonderFi and believe we are at the start of a very exciting cycle that will position WonderFi as a clear leader in this industry globally. We really appreciate everyone taking the time today and happy to answer any questions via email or social media. Have a great day.